Now that George Zimmerman has been formally charged, hopefully we can move on with all of the issues that have been brought up by this sad tale. I, for one, have never been really interested in the racial component of this issue, and I've been really disturbed by the angle concerning race that many people have been taking in trying to come to George Zimmerman's defense. Now, it's hard to speculate on George Zimmerman's state of mind because he hasn't been making public statements. But those who have been attempting to defend him have, in my opinion, not been doing him any favors. The problem is, in attempting to paint George Zimmerman as the victim, I've heard his mental state being described with words like disturbed, devastated, upset. And indeed, I could see how someone who thought that they were doing the right thing, someone who thought he was the defender of his community, would be devastated to find himself on the wrong side of the law, charged with the crime of murder. But I don't really have much sympathy there, because there is a dead body. And when that dead body belongs to an unarmed teenager, it becomes very difficult to see the armed adult who killed him as the victim. Harder still when the confrontation that they were involved in was brought about by that armed adult. Particularly when the dead body, that teenager, was doing nothing wrong, nothing illegal, nothing against any public statute. It's hard to see the person who killed the other person as the victim. There's a certain benefit of the doubt that I'm willing to give to George Zimmerman, but it comes with an expectation. Part of my expectation, how someone in his position who was innocent of the crime of murder would behave, would be that he would be willing to look at us without blinking and say, "I'm sorry, the boy is dead. I'm devastated to find that I crossed that line. I'm disturbed to discover that in this world that I thought was full of dangerous individuals, I turned out to be the one who was a danger to my community. I am shocked to discover that while I was chasing at shadows I believed to be peopled with dangers, I crossed the line and became the danger. I am devastated to have blood on my hands." When he is willing to say any of these things, I will be willing to believe that he is anything but a cold-hearted killer. But I don't want to speculate on his frame of mind. I want to deal in the realm of facts. And the first, most important fact is the dead body, an unarmed teenager. And anyone who feels that they need to come to his defense cannot look away from that fact. To do so is to commit an injustice. And it is absurd to attempt to sell to the American people the idea that George Zimmerman is victim, that he is a victim of the legal system, that he was a victim of Trayvon Martin. No. What George Zimmerman needs to say, if he wants to have any hope of appearing to be innocent, is that at the very least, he's sorry but an innocent boy was killed.